all efforts towards a comprehensive, just and lasting peace in the Middle East, and reaffirm our full support for an independent and sovereign state of Palestine on the basis of the two-state solution based on pre-1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. I thank you, Mr. President.
Merci. Je donne la parole.
Thank you. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Mexico.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, President. Mexico thanks the rapporteur for her report. We view with concern reports on the involvement of Israeli-based companies in activities related to violations of international humanitarian law and violations of human law through the manufacturing of weapons for the slaughter and mass destruction in Gaza and the West Bank. We reiterate our deepest concern on the proliferation of weapons, particularly its unlawful trade and their disproportionate use in the context of occupation and armed conflicts. We also regret the restrictive control of Palestinian natural resources and the role of certain companies in the demolition of Palestinian housing and infrastructure as part of the settlements and outposts in the OPTs, which run counter to international law. We launch an appeal to companies to act with due diligence pursuant to the guiding principles on business and human rights. To conclude, Mexico expresses its deep concern for the unacceptable threats and intimidation against Rapporteur Albanese. We launch an appeal on all states to cooperate with special procedures and to respect their independence. Thank you, sir.
Merci. Je donne la parole.
Thank you. I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Luxembourg. Thank you, President. Luxembourg aligns itself with the statement made by the European Union. We thank Madam Special Rapporteur for her report and reiterate our appeal to the Israeli authorities to cooperate with her mandate. The restrictions imposed on the work of the United Nations and humanitarian organizations for the supply of international aid and its distribution in Gaza, as well as the chaos and violence at distribution points, are unacceptable. We call once again on the Israeli government to fully comply with international humanitarian law and to restore access for international aid. We must re-establish a ceasefire to put an end to the suffering of the civilian people. Madam Special Rapporteur, your report highlights the responsibility of private enterprises and economic stakeholders in the process of occupation and colonization of the Palestinian territory, which has been considered illegal by the ICJ in its decision of 19 July 2024. Through their activities, these companies are perpetuating the illegal occupation and the violation of the rights of Palestinians to self-determination. In 2016, this council decided to establish a database on companies active in the OPTs. How can we ensure that the enterprises concerned exercises their duty of diligence and fully respect the guiding principles on business and human rights? Thank you. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Colombia. President, we wish to commend the Special Rapporteur Francesca Albanese and commend her for her persistence and her integrity in investigating the genocide in Gaza for the past 2 years. Her report takes further the discussions of the Working Group on Business and Human Rights, and it highlights the war economy, the economy of occupation and genocide, which is made sustainable because of the support it receives from the industrial sector. We agree with the rapporteur's assessment. She says that there must be clear standards ensuring that companies carry out their activities in the respect and protection of human rights as a framework. This, in fact, has led Colombia to prohibit the export of coal to Israel because of the activities of companies there. The report presented by the Special Rapporteur will also feed into the emergency conference on Gaza, which will be held in Bogota on the 15th and 16th of July. All states that are willing to make efforts to put an end to the genocide in Gaza are invited to participate in this conference. And we welcome the Special Rapporteur to Colombia already, as we will welcome everyone else who will wish to join forces as part of this initiative. Thank you.
Merci. Je donne la parole.
Thank you. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of Iraq.
شكرا السيد الرئيس.
Thank you, President. My delegation wishes to welcome the Special Rapporteur Francesca Albanese. We reiterate our support for her mandate and commend her efforts to expose the crimes committed by the occupying powers on the defenseless Palestinian people.